Disclaimer, 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 disclaimer.
Coffee going cold on the counter. You stare at the window, not the phone. All these almost words between us, crowding up this little home. Just a thought to consider. Why we wait so long to say what we mean when it's already gone. We circle the answer till the moment moves on. Just a thought to consider. Why we wait so long. I rehearse my courage in the mirror, then laugh and turn the light off again. How many days can we keep driving right past the place it all began? Just a thought to consider. Why we wait so long to say what we mean when it's already gone. We circle the answer till the moment moves on. Just a thought to consider. Why we wait so Is it pride? Is it fear?
Where truth meets laughter, wisdom hits different.
Oh yes it do.
Both thoughts, real talk, Uncle Paul gon' walk that wall. Unfiltered, unbothered, unstoppable sound. Life, love, faith, and hustle through Uncle Paul's eyes right now. Everybody together, cutting through the noise with humor, heart, and heat. On Uncle Paul's thoughts, yeah, it's the place where truth and Paul's thoughts. Let us begin where your voice can be heard out loud. Truth is welcome, no shouting crowd.
We can agree to disagree
Respectfully,
with dignity.
pull up a seat, stay for the view.
This here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe, comment, like, and share.
Hey, this here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe.
Comment, like, and share. Don't let me have to say that again. You hear me? I said, did you hear me?
Hey, what is going on? I hope everybody's having a great evening. This is Uncle Paul, Uncle Paul's Thoughts, and I'm glad to be here tonight and just want to get this party started. Tonight, we're starting a new series. It's called A Thought to Consider. Uncle Paul's Thoughts, A Thought to Consider. So I just want to welcome you to Uncle Paul's Thoughts. This is the place where we slow life down for a few minutes. And we look at life with another angle, and we ask the kind of questions people rush past. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm just here to share a few observations about life, about people, and about the choices we all make. So pull up a chair, take a breath, and let's think about something together. Today's thought is why we wait too long. Why we wait too long. And as you can see on the screen, we talk about the waiting room of life. You know, when we look at life, life is like a doctor's waiting room. Everybody's sitting there hoping their name get called, but some people forget they can just walk up to the desk and say, how long is it going to be? You know, sometimes people sit around and wait for permission to live. You wait for permission to live. You just got to start living. Why are you waiting on permission to live? You're waiting on somebody else to tell you that it's okay to live. Somebody you broke up with, a friend you're not talking to anymore, your parents' dreams that they had for you all their life. Their child is going to grow up and be what they want them to be. And we're sitting around waiting on permission to live instead of just living. And so often we find ourselves in situations where we're not living. We're living in the shadows of everybody else. We're not doing what we want to do. And we got to get to a place where we stop looking for permission to live. Just live, you know. Do you. If people don't like you, fine. Find a new set of friends. Just do you. And I think part of the problem is that waiting becomes comfortable. We feel comfortable waiting. You know, it reminds me when I tried to write my first book, and I just couldn't do it. And even now, and I drag my feet, and I probably got 200 books sitting here to be published. Because I get into this mode where I become comfortable with waiting. And I wrote my first book, and it's called I Almost Missed My Blessing Because of Fear. I think one day I'm going to find the cover and put it up on the screen for you. Not a nice cover. I just wanted to publish a book, and I didn't care at the point. I said, I'm going to publish a book because fear had grabbed me. But I almost missed my blessing because of fear. Even during this channel, I kept thinking about it, I overthink things, folks. I have to have everything perfect. It needs to all be together. Like tonight, I almost didn't come on because I need a haircut. I need to shave. Haven't done either. And I was like, what the hell? Who cares? Right now, I'm practicing. And I don't know if anybody ever see this video. Anyways, but I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And eventually, if people like my message, they'll join. They'll like, comment, and subscribe. That's cool. But we become comfortable with waiting. I'm waiting on Jesus. Well, I don't think waiting actually meant that you stopped living. I don't think that's what it meant. I think it was watch while you wait, not stop living. Um, because sometimes, and this is what I had to deal with, my fear was disguising itself as patience. I said, I'm just patiently waiting on the Lord to do this channel. I'm patiently waiting on the Lord to write my books. All along, God had already put it in me, write the books, start the channels, get busy. But fear somehow disguises itself as patience. I was sitting around saying, I'm waiting on Jesus. I'm waiting on Jesus. I'm waiting on Jesus. And a lot of us do it. I can't say most. A lot of us do that. And sometimes we wait so long, we forget what we're waiting for. Yes, sir. I'll tell my own jokes and laugh at them too. So ask yourself, what are you currently waiting for before you move forward? What is it? What are you waiting for? Is it to switch jobs? Is it to write a book? Is it to start a channel? Is it to buy a house? Um, what are you currently waiting for before you can move forward? And then the second question is, who told you that you needed permission? Just do the damn thing. Just do it. You don't need permission. Do it. God has already told you to go. And now you're waiting on him to come out the sky, slap you across your head, push you out your chair. It's silly. God has already told you to go. And you're sitting around, well, I'm waiting. For what? Do it. Just do it now. The question you must ask yourself, are you waiting or are you avoiding? Are you waiting or are you avoiding? Look, I remember my father once said, a parked car cannot turn. And I'm sitting there, he was teaching me to drive. And he said, a parked car cannot turn. I'm sitting there like, what in the Hades is this man talking about? And then he said, the steering wheel only works once the car starts moving. I got it. He was telling me, start the car and let's get on the road. You know, many people want clarity before movement. But what I've come to understand is simply this. Life gives clarity after movement. It's almost like what old folks used to say, and people always say, well, that's not in the Bible. Yeah, it's not in the Bible. Hold on. No, it's not in the Bible. But old folks used to say it, and I believe it. If you take one step, God will take two. What they were basically saying to us is, if you take one step, God will take two. They said you need to move. That clarity would come after you make the first step. You had to have movement in order to get the clarity. And so many of us are waiting we're waiting for clarity before movement. But once you move, you'll get the clarity. Direction often comes from action, not planning. You plan this thing crazy. Your plans are flawless. But guess what? The steering wheel, what was that saying? I said the parked car cannot turn. The steering wheel only works once the car starts moving. Get it? Direction often comes from action, not planning. Standing still guarantees nothing changes. Get that again. Let me say that again. I hope it hits you in your head like a lightning bolt. Boom. Standing still guarantees nothing changes. If you don't move, nothing will ever change. You keep talking about what you want. I want your friends sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick of hearing about what you're going to do. Do it. Put some action to it. Stop talking and start moving. So you'll need to ask yourself, what decision are you avoiding? What are you avoiding? What decision are you avoiding? Are you waiting for um, certainty that will never come? What decision are you avoiding? Are you waiting for something that will never come? And then ask yourself, what small step could I take today? One step that's going to get me closer to where I'm trying to go. But you got to take the first step. Like I'm doing with this YouTube thing. I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't know if anybody's going to subscribe. I don't know if anybody's going to like anything I say. I just don't know. But guess what? I took some action because I understood a parked car cannot turn. The steering wheel only works once the car starts moving. Get what I'm saying? And what I've come to realize is that some people carry a heavy suitcase full of old options from families and friends and old opinions, I should have said, old opinions from families and friends and even strangers. Get it? You're walking around with a suitcase full of old opinions from family, friends, and even strangers. You got fear judgment. And don't you know that fear judgment just slow people down? Look, people going to judge you no matter what you do. People going to judge you no matter what you do. You are never, ever, ever going to make people happy. Everybody will not be happy. And then the ones that you think are happy for you are privately cheering for you to lose. Get it? Because they think they can do what you're doing better. And they probably can. That's good. But God gives us all something special. We're all uniquely us. I like to say that when God made me, he broke the mold. I said they had the mold in their hand and Gabriel blew that trumpet and scared them and they broke the mold. Why? Because there will never be another me. And some people are happy with that. There will never be another me. But guess what? That's okay. That's okay. I don't want anybody to be like me. You know, you got to be like you. You got to be what God called you to be. And see, people rehearse criticism that has not even happened yet. Oh, well, I might fail at this. If I fail, it's going to be this. If I do this, it's going to be this. If I do that, it's going to be this and that. Da 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 da. See, most of the voices in our heads are old ones from family, friends, and strangers. Remember, a heavy suitcase full of old opinions. And most of the voices in your head are old ones that people have said, and you decided to listen to them. Look, living for approval is emotional weightlifting. You can't live for approval. You just got to live, folks. Live. You can't wait on people's approval. Just do you. Like I said, I wrote the book. I don't know how many people bought my book. I don't care how many people read the book. I wrote a book. I'm an author. Now, I'm not best selling yet, but that's coming. But I wrote the freaking book. I overcame my fear and I overcame waiting on people's approval, getting worried about people's criticism because, so what? Criticize the book. It's not perfect. No, I even tell you it's not perfect, but it's a book and I wrote it and I'm proud of it because I overcame my fears. And you too, you can overcome your fears too. Think about this. Ask yourself, whose opinion weighs the most on your life? Whose opinion? When you get ready to do something, whose opinion pops up and weighs most on your life? And as also, are those voices even present in your life today? Sometimes we listen to voices that are not even around us anymore. They're dead and gone, or they used to be your friends. They're no longer there anymore. And all of those voices, you listen, are those voices still present today? Who are you listening to? Are you listening to people that didn't do anything with their life, but they want to tell you how to lead your life? Duh. And my last question, what would you do if nobody had an opinion? If nobody had an opinion about what you were going to do, what would you do? Just tell me, what would you do? I keep saying I was going to get me a pretty glass, so and I had to use my old cups here. I wanted, image. I don't want to be drinking water out of a plastic cup, or at least it's not the red cup. Anyway, somebody gets that. If you get it, you're going to hell. I'm joking. But what would you do if nobody had an opinion about what you're getting ready to do? What would you do? Ask yourself, what would you do with that? If nobody had an opinion about what you're trying to do? Look, I heard somebody say this years ago. A broken clock is still right. Is still right twice a day. A broken clock is still right twice a day. Get it? A broken clock is still right twice a day. Some people build their lives around the 2 times they were criticized. Around the 2 times they were criticized. A broken clock is still right twice a day. Some people build their lives around the 2 times they were criticized. And get this, one failure becomes someone's identity. Get this, one failure becomes someone's identity. Get it? You fail one time, and all of a sudden that becomes your identity. Why not let it just be, I failed once? It didn't mean that's who I am. I'm writing a book right now about, based on a book that I read by Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul. And I don't remember the title, the working title of my book, but it's about getting out of your own head, how we have to get out of our own head. Sometimes we get in our own head. I also wrote a book called It's Time to Move. It's Time to Move. I think that was the name of that book. I think I have a copy right here. It's time to move. Stop talking and start moving. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it well. I'll get pictures and put these books up. It's on Amazon. It's Time to Move by Pastor Paul Stephen Smith. By Pastor Paul Stephen Smith. It's a good book. I love that book. I have another book I just released not long ago. I'll pull those books up later in the next series, in the next episode. I'll pull that book up, and I'm going to list all my books for sale. And I have art too. Don't forget to check out artbyunclepaul.com. You'll see some of my art. If you want to support, please support. I can ship all over the world. Again, I sat down one day and started painting. But my biggest fear is, will people like it? And I'm sitting here with 200 pieces of art in my studio and afraid to sell it, thinking it's not going to sell. But I had to move the parked car. I had to start the car, turn the wheel, and start moving. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm moving. I'm not sitting still. And see, people, we replay those mistakes over and over and over again in our head. And every time we get ready to do something, we remember what we did before and we failed at it. Think about all the billionaires that were bankrupt 5 or 6 times before they finally made it? What if they had stopped because of what was rolling around in their head? Think about it. What if the person that came up with invention, and what if that person stopped the, we had the blood pressure cup, we had the thing how they draw blood, and you know, uh, the MRI machines and all of that stuff. What if those people just gave up and walked away, but somebody kept at it until and I'm quite sure they had tests and they had failures and things didn't go the way that they had planned. I'm quite sure that happened. I'm quite sure it did. All those things happened and they didn't, things didn't go the way they thought. But guess what? They kept going. They kept going. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. And we get this fear of repeating the past, uh, um, mistakes, and listening to people tell us what we can and can't do. When we have this fear of repeating the past, and when you do that, it creates a paralysis. It paralyzes us, and it stops us from doing what we need to do. Get this, and I've learned this the hard way. Life is full of resets. Life is full of resets. You got to reset sometime. That's a reset. It's not a failure. It's a reset. It's like making your own recipe. You bake a cake and you say, even though you look at TikTok or whatever these days, and you see the recipe and these people make these great cakes, and you make that cake and you say, it's a good cake, but it's missing something. It's missing something. Now, the cake wasn't a failure. And then you reset and make it again, and you put a little more vanilla in it, maybe some, you grate some lemon peels and put that in it, and a little orange juice or lemon juice or whatever, and all of a sudden the cake is, wow, it tastes good. You had to reset. Sometimes in life you got to reset. Something may not go well, reset. That's all. Maybe we need to change our vocabulary and not call it a failure, to call it a reset. That's more motivating. I had a reset. Just in your head, hit Alt Control Delete, reset, restart, reboot, reset, reboot. Get it? Sometimes you just got to reset things, start over again. And then maybe the next time it's going to be better. I hope y'all didn't hear all that noise. I actually had my window open because it was so nice today. And when I just heard that motorcycle, I was like, ooh, I hope they don't hear that. So praise God for noise cancellation. Hallelujah. But get where I'm going. And just get this. Sometimes opportunity is like an open door. But the problem is most people stand in the hallway debating whether they deserve to enter the door. Some opportunity is like an open door, but people stand in the hallway debating whether they deserve to enter the room. Look, you got an invitation to a party. You get to the party and you look up and you see people dressed really nice, and you dressed all right. But it wasn't a formal affair. You just came in from work or whatever. And now you're starting to wonder, I wonder if I should go in. You got an invitation. But guess what? The invitation means nothing if you stand in the hall. You don't get to take advantage of the food, the drinks, the fellowship, the fun, the experience. Why? Because you're standing in the hall. You got an invitation to go into the door, to go in there and participate. You got an invitation. The door is open, but you're standing in the hallway debating whether you deserve to enter. Look at your life. The door is open and you're standing in the hallway watching everybody else live. Get this, opportunity rarely feels comfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable. I often say I don't like be around a lot of people. I really don't. Um, and for me, that's very uncomfortable. But guess what? Sometimes you just gotta make do stuff while you're uncomfortable. You gotta do it even though you're uncomfortable. And get it. Remember this. You see, I hung around a lot of old people in life. So I've taken lessons from people. Somebody told me doubt often shows up at the doorway of change. Doubt often shows up at the doorway of change. Hey, this is Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul's thoughts. I thought I needed to stop and say that. This is Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul's thoughts. I should be saying that a little more often, right? I guess that's branding. Look, doubt often shows up at the doorway of change. You're right at the brink of a change, and doubt comes up. That's when you know you need to keep pushing forward. Take the next step. Take the next step. Because most of us, we talk ourselves out of our blessing. What did I say? I almost missed my blessing because of fear. I was talking myself out of my blessing. Nobody's going to read my book. I'm not smart enough. Oh, they're going to find some grammatical errors. It's this, that, and everything else. And I just had excuse after excuse after excuse, and I still do. I'm working through it. I had a therapist, and she quit on me. When your therapist quit on you, that's pretty bad. I think I was more of a therapist to her than she was to me, but that's a whole nother story. I should have been getting paid. But get this, courage usually looks like discomfort. Change usually feels uncomfortable. And here's my question. What door have you been standing in front of? What door have you been standing in front of? What open door have you been standing in front of? Are you waiting to feel ready? You'll never feel ready. I can only imagine Oprah and Tyler Perry and all these other Whoopi Goldberg and all these other people. I can only imagine that they never felt ready. So what if ready never arrives? What are you going to do? What if ready never arrives? What are you going to do? Oh, what if ready never arrives? What are you going to do? Ask yourself, what if ready never arrives? What are you going to do? Let me stop here for a second and just remind you to
This here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Comment, like, and share.
Hey, this here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe.
Comment, like, and share. Don't let me have to say that again. You hear me? I said, did you hear me?
Okay, I'm back. I want you to know that all of the music that you've heard tonight and you're going to hear over the coming weeks and months and years, I just declared that. I spoke it out of my mouth. I wrote and produced. I wrote the music and produced it. So I hope you enjoy it. I normally, one of my writing process is I normally sing my songs to myself, and then I can put them in the computer and do magic with them. I have so many gifts and talents that sometimes my head gets overwhelmed with trying to do so much. I'm trying to be able to chunk things. Y'all can tell I'm country, so I don't always say the words like they're supposed to be said, and I don't enunciate like I'm supposed to. I'm just a little humble little country boy, country man, doing my thing. Okay, so y'all bear with me here, but I will tell you this: Uncle Paul will speak the truth, and my goal is to help people become who they are. Now let's get back to this thing. Look, life moves like a train. It stops at stations, but it does not wait forever. You see, I used to catch the subway here in Maryland and DC. I've been in Maryland, DC all of my life. Um, and I used to catch the subway train. And you get on the subway, and it'll sit there and it ding, ding, ding before it closes the doors. But it don't. It gets to the station. It opens the doors. It let everybody off. The other people get on the train. And sometimes the conductor will sit there a few minutes because it may be a train ahead of him that haven't cleared the tracks. So he waits a few seconds, and then a few seconds, which seems like forever for us, forever, forever. And then he closes the doors and he moves. Life moves like a train. It stops at the stations. It stops at stations, but it does not wait forever. Life will move on with or without you. You can get on the train and go with us, or you can stay behind. Get this. What I've learned, and I know what people say, but opportunities have seasons. There's a season for that opportunity. And when the season come, you darn sure better be ready for it. See, because that's part of that thing about waiting. Waiting doesn't mean you just sit still. Let me tell you my opinion of waiting. Waiting is preparation time. While I am waiting, yielded and still, have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Make me and mold me. I never know words to songs, and I should never start a song because I'm not going to know the words. While I am waiting, yielded and still. Why I started singing that song? Because it reminds me. You're waiting. While I am waiting, what am I doing? I'm going to yield, be still, and trust God and learn everything I can. If you're saying one day I want to open a bakery, okay. So you're not just going to wait and go rent a place and say, okay, I got money now. I can go rent a space and I'm going to open my bakery in 2 weeks. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Especially if this is your first time cooking. What I'm saying is that while you are waiting, prepare. Prepare. But we got to be careful with that because some of us, like me, over prepare. Get it? You over prepare. And that's like me. I over prepare. I do. And I know it. That's why you get all those beautiful graphics. You get the music. I'm putting on a production here. And I did all that while I was waiting to get the courage to do what I was called to do. Because I believe that if we get on here and talk, that we have purpose. We have a reason to do what we're doing. While I'm waiting, get it? Opportunities have seasons. Waiting too long can become a regret. Have you ever waited too long and missed out on something? I'll let you think about that for a second. guess I need to get some straws so I don't be sipping out of a cup. I guess I'm worried about what people think, right? Opinions. Everybody have one. Oh, old folks, you say everybody have one, just like everybody have a bump, bump. But waiting too long becomes a regret. I know sometimes I get so frustrated with myself because I didn't do things when I should. It was a season there for me, and I missed that season. I missed that season. And I had to learn. Even now, I'm learning. Action beats perfection. I'm sitting there thinking now, why didn't I have the copies of my books ready? I should have had the slide ready and played the thing and showed them my books. And so I'm beating up on myself about that. But action beats perfection. I can't get this thing 100%. None of us will. And that's why I get mad when people say everything didn't go right. Okay. So next time it will. All right. It will the next time. I'll get better at this. It won't be perfect. It never will be perfect. Just like people go, I'm looking for the perfect church. If the church is perfect, don't you go because you're going to mess it up. Stay away from it because you are going to make their church imperfect. Duh. And get this, action beats perfection and movement creates momentum. It creates momentum. You start a car, you don't start on one, you press the gas pedal. You don't go from 0 to 100 just because you put your foot on the gas pedal. You got to get momentum. You start up and then you go a little, and then you pick up speed. Movement creates momentum. Think about this. What opportunity passed you by because of your hesitation? What opportunity passed you by because of your hesitation? Think about it. I'm listening. It's just a thought. Uncle Paul's thoughts. What opportunity is sitting at the station right now? What opportunity that's getting ready to pass you by? And what would it look like if you get on the train today? What would it look like if you get on the train today? The train keeps moving. Life moves like a train. It stops at the station, but it doesn't wait forever. What would it look like to get on the train today? And I'm getting ready to close this out. I had to stop looking at timers too. I saw the timer. I was like, oh, I thought I'd go longer. Don't worry about it. I'm going to do what I do and get off of here. Life, look, let me close it out this way. Life is not a rehearsal. It's an actual performance. It's an actual performance. Waiting can quietly become a lifestyle if we're not careful. Waiting can quietly become a lifestyle if we're not careful. And remember, fear often disguises itself as preparation. Fear often disguises itself as preparation. The perfect moment rarely announces itself. The perfect moment normally does not come out and say, hey, by the way, this is the perfect moment. No, it doesn't. And sometimes the only way forward is to begin, is to start, is to take the first step. So ask yourself, what have you been putting off? What have you been putting off? I'm waiting. What would happen if you started today? What would happen if you started today? What would you started today? What would your life look like 1 year from now if you stopped waiting? What would your life look like 1 year from now if you stopped waiting? Sometimes things stand in between you and the life you want. It's not ability. It's not gifts. It's not talents. It's hesitation. This is Uncle Paul's thoughts. And remember, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just a thought.
You, thank you, thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God, for spending time with me today. I know you didn't have to, but I am so glad you did. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Same energy, but with a louder voice. Once again.
This here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Comment, like, and share.
Hey, this here is free.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe.
Comment, like, and share. Don't let me have to say that again. You hear me? I said, did you hear me?
You always got a word for me, pointing out the dirt you see. But that glass in your window, looking cloudy from inside. Sunday suit and crooked heart, talking like you're set apart. But your carpet full of secrets you've been trying hard to hide. Fix your house before you blame. You got dust on your name, but you're calling out mine. Sweep your porch, clear your floor, like my grandmama said. Baby, sweep your own front door before you go sweeping around mine. You say I should live like you, but I know what you've been through. Heard your temper in the driveway, heard her crying through the wall. You got pictures on the mantle, smiles that never tell it all. Every frame a little tilted, like they bout to start to fall. Fix your house before you blame. You got dust on your name, but you're calling out mine. Oh yeah, your porch, clear your floor, like my grandmama said. Baby, sweep your front door before you go sweeping around mine. She said, love 'em, but don't let 'em lead you wrong. Truth hits harder when you're living in your own home. So before you point that finger in my face, before you go sweeping around my...
Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending time with me today. I know you didn't have to, but I'm sorry.